Hiya. So my name's Will. I'm a student. I'm originally from Leeds. I live in Newcastle at the moment. What I'm wanting from your party predominantly is, I think Westminster politics have failed us, typically on the left, but just generally. Scapegoating migrants, scapegoating minorities, trans people, everything. I think everyone's tired of the same old excuses, the same old system, and whilst Labour are scapegoating people, I think it just gives Reform a bigger platform to spread more hate and to spread like the politics of hate across our country. And I think now with a grassroots movement for all of us, for all of the working class, I think that we can really generate a movement that can challenge and actually fight reform rather than just sitting there in complicity with what's going on at the moment. So yeah.
Okay, I'm Alex. What I really want from the new left-wing party, whatever we end up calling it, is a political voice that gives expression to a massive public mood in our society that wants to change things, that wants to deal with the cost of living crisis, that wants to reduce inequality, that wants to make a real material difference to working class people's lives. Things like getting public ownership of our utilities, things like taxing the rich and redistributing wealth to support those who actually need it, but also that gives expression to the massive movement we've had of solidarity with Palestine. It's incredible the demonstrations we've had against the genocide in Gaza, but our government and our political class are still complicit. We need a party that gives expression to the desire for justice for Palestine and that actually has a different kind of foreign policy that says wages, not weapons, welfare, not warfare. We need to do things differently and actually pay public services, infrastructure, jobs and so on first, rather than military spending and warfare. All right.
Okay.
I'm Paddy Mendes. I'm hoping that your party will give an people are crying out for an alternative, a political alternative that will meet people's needs. We need government to meet. At the minute we've got government that's in the pocket of billionaires, we've got opposition in the pocket of billionaires, we've got new opposition in the pocket of billionaires. We need a party that will meet our needs, and that's what I'm hoping for. And the needs universally, not piecemeal, not these people and those people, everybody. They'll meet all of our needs. That's what I want. That's what I want, and that's what we need.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm David.
Hello, David.
I'm David from Ashington. I'm David from a community that's lost an awful lot in the time that I've lived there. In the time that I've lived there, I've seen the final demise of the mines and the whole infrastructure that mining gave to that area. Not just the fact that it was an area of relatively high and well-paid employment, but also it was the whole leisure infrastructure, the political infrastructure was very much linked to the NUM, and there was a very strong feeling of belonging within the community. And in my lifetime, that's gone. That's gone completely, and it's left a huge vacuum. And there hasn't been an awful lot to fill that vacuum. So that's very much one aspect of the community. The other one is that from being a very monocultural town, it's gradually become a much more multicultural town, but by a process of osmosis. It hasn't been managed. The people who've moved to the town as strangers, I don't think there's a great deal of hostility, although some of the current trends have been quite worrying. But there hasn't been a great deal of welcome, there hasn't been a great deal of integration either. And that's almost a community to be tapped, a resource to be tapped. So what I want the party to be doing is to be filling some of those gaps. It's not just about providing political guidance, although that's important. It's not just about overcoming some of the day-to-day problems that people have, which is also incredibly important. It's getting back and engaging with the community again, making people feel part of something real, part of something local, part of something that they have a voice in. And that's what I'm looking for from your party. Is that okay?
So what's your name?
David.
David. Thank you, David.
You're very welcome.
So my name's Johnny and I'm from Wallsend, and the reason that I've joined your party is because, according to the Joseph Rowntree Foundation and others, at least 21% or 14.4 million people in the UK are living in relative poverty. That's over a fifth of the UK population. And this includes 4.3 million children in what is the world's sixth, by some calculations, richest nation. This is a national disgrace that needs to be addressed quickly, as it is driving many of those who feel they've been overlooked by successive governments for the last 45 years into the hands of the divide and rule fascists who scapegoat the unfortunate. In the 2018, the Office of National Statistics showed that the wealthiest 10% of households in the UK own 43% of the total aggregate household wealth. And the top 1%, the very wealthiest 1%, own 13% of the total wealth, a figure that has been relatively stable over the years. The people who should be this party's priority are the bottom 50%. The least wealthy 50% of households collectively owned just 9% of the total wealth of this country. Big Brother Musk asked what George Orwell would think about the current situation in modern Britain and the so-called Unite the Kingdom March. Well, Orwell said, freedom is the freedom to say that 2 + 2 = 4. Freedom does not mean 2 legs good, 4 legs bad, or that white is good whilst brown and black are bad. Freedom does not mean 14.4 million, 21% of the people of this country living in poverty, and it is rising, whilst 10% of the population own 43% of the aggregate household wealth. That is the reason I am in your party. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My name is Elaine Brunskill. I'm a Socialist Party member. I live in Gateshead. And one of the things that really stands out to me is that there's a lot of people who are absolutely sick of the centre ground in politics. The Labour Party does absolutely nothing for them. The Tories do worse than nothing for them. None of the centre ground, and that means that people are looking to both the left and the right. And unfortunately, at the minute, the likes of Farage has got the ear of a number of working class people, and we've got to put up a strong working class alternative that can be a real pole of attraction for ordinary working class people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alan Kelly. Just a very few words as to what my aspiration to your party is. My aspiration is the virtual antithesis of Starmer's Labour, and that's it.
Thank you.
Is that all right?
No problem. Right.
First of all, your name.
Yep. I'm Mark Belshaw. I'm from North Tyneside, North Shields. I'm here at your party in Newcastle. My main kind of goal with having attended this meeting today is to try and get your party started and try and make it a broad coalition of the left, because we've had hundreds of years, well, 100 years of infighting on the left, and it's gone nowhere. And I personally believe that this is probably the best shot that we've got, and the best shot that we've had in a long time. And I believe that this needs to be not just people who are just from the Labour Party, people who are from the Greens, people on the left from more radical parties, socialist parties, communist parties, workers' parties. All these different parties need to come together in a broad left coalition. And I know that there is going to be disagreements. I know that there already is disagreements online. I've already seen them. But the key thing needs to be what unites us. Key principles, a couple of policies, economically grounded, aligned with the trade unions, aligned with working class communities, aligned with organisations, local organisations like Majority, like Jamie Driscoll, and making sure that it represents working class people and it doesn't end up like another Labour Party, and we have an actual movement and an organisation that represents us, represent working people, and is an avenue for change, is an avenue for getting into power, and is able to beat both the Conservatives, be able to beat Reform, be able to beat Labour, and actually be able to make a change to this country, which it so desperately needs. Is that okay?
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm a second year university student at the University of Newcastle studying linguistics. I'm originally from Leeds, and I'm here today because I'm interested in building a party from the bottom up that truly represents the people. I think Reform has somehow managed to represent themselves as a party that's for the working classes, for everyone. That's not the case. I think the views held by Reform, even Keir Starmer, an allegedly left-leaning politician, are abhorrent and do not really represent the people of this country. I think refugees are being used as a scapegoat, which is awful. We want a government that has a strong stance on genocide in Palestine, welcoming refugees. We are not an island of strangers. What else? I think we've been failed by this government. The NHS is at risk of privatisation, and I'm hoping that your party will be a way for a bottom-up movement that truly serves the people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.